And new at 5:30, the person now heading Michigan's civil rights efforts just so happens to be a familiar name to many Detroiters.
Assistant Chief James White has had a lengthy career on the police force. 7 Action News reporter Simon SHAYKHET shows how civil rights leaders are responding to the move and why some are raising concerns.
After a 5-3 vote by a board of commissioners, Detroit Police Assistant Chief James White was picked to be the next director of the Michigan Department of Civil Rights, and it's a job he says he's ready to take on.
I want to look at institutionalizing for each agency standards as it relates to implicit bias training. Also training as it relates to body cameras.
After searching for nearly a year and reviewing 7 candidates, the Michigan Department of Civil Rights has picked the second in command at Detroit Police as their new director. Assistant Chief James White, a veteran of the force, says his background has helped prepare him for this day.
We had 2 consent judgments. We were under consent judgment since 2003, one for uses of force, the other for conditions of confinement. We were able to get out of the consent judgments by implementing policy and practice and changing the behavior and the culture of the organization.
In the 6th precinct, White also helped with restructuring after an investigation exposed racism following the traffic stop of an African-American girl being mocked on Snapchat by white officers. Those officers were eventually fired.
No one wants a bad cop. In fact, no one dislikes a bad cop more than a good cop.
But in this civil rights community, we found some with mixed feelings. Detroit NAACP leader Reverend Dr. Wendell Anthony says there are major concerns about this selection and the direction being taken.
Obviously, there are going to be a whole lot of cases that's going to come. They got cases now that's going to come before them that's going to involve police departments all across this state. How do you deal with that? How do you have hit the ground running when you ain't been running in civil rights?
Pastor Mo, a community leader who's been advocating for better relations between police and the community, also weighing in.
Because someone has been a cop don't mean they were a good cop, and it don't necessarily mean they're a bad cop. So it's not about the position, it's about the person.
White plans to retire from DPD and will report to the new job within 30 days. That is a cabinet position, and he will report to the governor. From downtown Detroit, Simon SHAYKHET, 7 Action News.
All right, Simon, thank you.